Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Sunday, October 9th, 2022 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is, I find my harmony blueprint in my original innocence. That energy mantra came through strong and felt like such a yes. Not that it's necessarily easy, but recognizing that we all have a harmony blueprint, meaning what is harmonious to us in our original innocence. And the original innocence is converse of, those who say we have original sin. I believe we have original innocence. And Aries energy is helping us tap into it. So today we have a full moon in the sign of Aries. The full moon is at 1:55 p.m. Pacific time. The full moon is at 16 degrees. It's not directly connecting to anything, but it's very close to Chiron, which is at 14 degrees, and it is working with Saturn, which is at 18 degrees. This is also the last moon before we dig into eclipse season. And so Aries energy is about who we are. And with Jupiter, full moon, and Chiron all working Aries right now, there's a really big push for us to embrace our original blueprint, who we really are. Aries, the sign of Aries, is like the baby of the zodiac, coming in fresh from the all that is, fresh from heaven, whatever you want to call it, fresh from being a drop in the ocean of the all that is, right? And we all have a place within us where that blueprint, that energy, that DNA exists that we can access at any time. And sometimes it's just about intention to be able to access that energy. And so that's what it's feeling like in this full moon, is a call towards accessing your original blueprint. The harmony, what creates harmony within you from that original place, not from anything you've been told or taught from anybody in the world. This is about you and coming back to your truest essence. And so it's as simple as that. It's as simple and as challenging as that for this moon. Now it's interesting because Aries can be like my way or the highway, and Libra can be like, hey, is that okay with you? Like, is that okay? I can change it if you need it to be okay. And truly we find how we are meant to show up in the world somewhere between the two polarities of the signs. And so any full moon brings us into that essence of, working with others and also staying true to ourselves as we work with others. The Sabian symbol for this full moon is nature spirits are seen at work in the light of sunset. And I think all of us are more star being, mythical creature, weirdos, more so than just human. And I think that this Sabian symbol is asking us, as we embrace who we are, to embrace the weirdo, embrace the nature spirit, embrace your inner fairy or centaur or unicorn or dragon or alien, whatever it is, whatever you resonate with, embracing that vibration within you as part of you in this energy, recognizing that your unique blend of you is so important to bring forth on this planet. So the day, besides having full moon energy, is overall quiet. We'll have the moon meet up with Venus, in an opposition to Venus, on the way to the full moon. And so there may be a little push and pull over wait, am I going to fall into those old patterns of making myself small to fit in, or making myself small to try to create harmony outside of myself, rather than find what this harmony within feels like. So we may have some push and pull in that before we reach the full moon, but that's really good, to just, even if you're noticing it, even if you're not sure how to move forward yet, it is still okay to do that. The other connection we have is after the full moon, like I said, at 1:55 p.m. Pacific time, we have the moon and Saturn coming into a sextile. And that Saturn piece in Aquarius is like cheering you on as you seek out, sort through these energies that help align you with you. Now, I will say that mental energy is going to be peaking. We have Mercury finishing up in Virgo. Is it on Monday that it moves? Yeah, Monday afternoon, Mercury is going to be moving into Libra again. And so the mental energies, you may hear where you keep some of those projections, things that you've heard, things that aren't necessarily authentic to you. So do be aware of that. It is funny, I have two sets of cards. So I have my first set of cards that I pulled immediately when I sat down to do the scope. And then a second set of cards I pulled way after because we had a friend visit in between. And so I'm bringing them both through because there's a reason, right? So the top of the first set is experiencing and transformation. We're not quite in it, but there's definitely some challenge in these energies. And it feels like resistance. We're resisting the change. We're resisting even the experience. The experience card is about like getting life experience. It's a card of lessons. It's not always fun. Sometimes it's challenging, and we're meant to go there. We're in our heads about it and just in a place of not acceptance. So this is definitely a lot of mental energy rolling through. The final card with it is the flowering card, which a big full moon on it, but it's in reverse. We're not really ready to grow into this next level. And you know what? It's okay. But if you are in that place of resisting, do take notice, because these eclipses coming in are definitely going to be paddywhacking us, pushing us like into our personal resistance. So recognize that. Now, the second set of cards, very interesting. The top of the cards is the existence, and it's like, okay, here's me. I'm in the flow. Ooh, and I am looking at and accessing my inner child. So definitely some inner child stuff coming through with these two cards. The innocence card, accessing our original innocence, and the outsider, the place where we're still not sure how to integrate, how to embrace that energy. But even as we go through, there's baggage. There's baggage that we're carrying. We're starting to recognize this baggage. We're starting to recognize how it keeps us away from that original innocence. And we're willing to tune in and do the work. This card starts and ends, if I can find it, with somebody in a meditative pose. This is a card of there being some emotional energy. So it's a little bit more, one set of cards is more emotional, one set is a little bit more mental. So you'll find your way through it, but either way, notice where the inner child energy is coming up, and notice where resistance is coming up for you, and that may be key for how you are meant to move through. So that's it for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and honor your values and boundaries. Namaste.